I've got two jobs. I'm the executive director of the Fillmore Merchants. So our boundaries are from Jackson to Eddy in the Fillmore district. And then I'm also the director of business development for the Council District of Merchant Associations. So those are the 33 merchant associations of the city. Oops, there we are. So we help oversee maintenance, security, and marketing for these associations. So in the past, we used to have merchant walks around the city. We would have meetings with the supervisors, the SFPD, the mayor, and advocating on behalf of small business in these merchant corridors. These days, you know, we need to provide value to our members during this crisis. So we've really become a calling center. We have a very comprehensive list of small business resources. And, you know, I love to share that with you guys too. Maybe Ed, I can share it with you, and then you can kind of look at it and see if you guys can, you know, see if there's different ways we can collaborate with our members.
Oh, 100%. Yep. That would be
great.
But
we represent about 33 associations around the city. We represent thousands of merchants. And to your point, they're all kind of scrambling, and they need money now. Money's not flowing to them properly. Some of them have given up. And if you can imagine, there's a spectrum of merchants, right? Some are totally in tune. They're totally, you know, organized. They got everything down. Others, you know, like the immigrant businesses, they don't know what's going on. They don't know what resources are available. But, you know, we all want to have a sense of purpose during this time. And I'm really looking to collaborate with other people that can offer our members value.
Now, when you say value, like what kind of things are you actually providing for these merchants? Give us an example.
Well, basically, you know, there's a lot of city, state grants and loans that are coming in. So we're working with our partners at OEWD, that's the Office of Economic and Workforce Development. They have a very comprehensive list of resources that they're offering small business. Then we have our community partners, sponsors that are offering benefits as well. Verizon is offering a small business grant.
Oh, cool.
Facebook is offering a new grant. Salesforce will be offering a new grant. There's a bunch of other organizations that are offering these grants. And, you know, it would be great, now that I'm speaking to you guys, it would be great to get a list of financial institutions that can help our merchants. Because someone brought this up, like they're going to 5 different banks and they're getting rejected. So we just need more resources to give to these merchants. So if, you know, if I don't know, if Union Bank doesn't work, then they go down to B of A, then they go down, well, then they go to Chase. So I think that's a way that we could work together.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I agree. So how do people get a hold of you, Andy, if they want to get a hold of you, just either just talk with you or get some more information?
Email me. My email is V like Victor AS at sfcdma.org. And, you know, also I'm on all the social media platforms too. So my last name is Kiniris.
Yeah, Kiniris. Yeah. Are there certain businesses that are faring better than others? Or, I mean, we know that the restaurant business has been hit the hardest, but are there other types of businesses that you're seeing that are doing better than others?
Well, to your point, essentials these days are, you know, businesses that offer essential goods are doing well, you know, grocery stores and stuff like that. A lot of restaurants, they've done the takeout delivery model. You know, we're in the 5th week of shelter in place. They've been doing the takeout model for 5 weeks now. Some have been able to change their business model to make this work. Others have found out that it's just not worth it anymore. They're not going to do it. It's not sustainable. So they are closing for the, you know, until this shelter in place order is taken out. But I think we discussed all the stats, right? Ed? Like
Yeah.
there will be a certain amount of businesses that will close.
That will close for forever. I
Yeah.
mean, last year, didn't we had over 400 restaurants go out of business in 2019. I can't even imagine what it's going to look like in 2020. I mean, not that I don't want to beleaguer any negative points, but
Yeah.
uh, I mean, is it going to be in the 500s, 600s? I mean, you're even mentioning a 60% number. I mean, that's humongous.
Yeah, this was from the New York Times.
Yeah.
But there are rays of hope, guys.
Yeah.
In moments of crisis, that's when innovation opportunities come up from the ground.
That's true.
So, for example, Airbnb announced that their experiences are going online. And I've noticed a lot of companies that engage their customers and their followers early on digitally, they're really leveraging that now. So I see a lot of Facebook Live,
Yeah.
live videos and Instagram live videos, and you can kind of see the numbers and the people that are watching this. There's hundreds, sometimes there's thousands of people watching these. So this is an amazing opportunity for a new type of connectivity, because like
I
you
agree.
said, after this shelter-in-place orders, after it's taken out, like people are still they're not going to be going to sports arenas or concerts or restaurants with a lot of people or shopping malls. So we do need to, someone was mentioning, we do need to open the curtains and see what new opportunities might come out. So I really appreciate this conversation that we're all having, because we all kind of have a different finger as to what's happening. Slowly but surely, new things are coming up.
Ed, can I give a little quick report about what's going on with the building department?
Absolutely, go for it.
So, Vaz, by the way, this is Andy Levine. You can't see my face, but I've met you, and I work with Henry Karnalowicz a lot.
Great.
For the last 30 years.
Yeah.
And Vaz, I was the one who was turned down by 5 different banks. So if you want, I'd be happy to tell you who was helpful in the end for your work. But last Friday, the San Francisco Building Department had a webinar to explain that they're opening the doors because it's been locked since March 16th. And they're all confused. March 16th, they sent all the workers home. March 17th, they brought all the city workers back. On March 18th, they said, we don't know what to do. They sent them home. It's complete chaos. But they what's amazing is that for the last year or so, they've been preparing and planning to go digital, so that all drawing, no more paper drawings. And the technology, it's a technology of the future that they were going to implement in about a year from now. The building department is moving from their current location, 1660 Mission, to about a half a block away at the corner of South, I think it's 49 South Van Ness or something.
South Van Ness.
It's a corner of Mission and South Van Ness. And
the old Goodwill building.
The brand new high rise, the old Goodwill, right, the high rise. Yeah. And what was going to take a year to implement the digital review and submittal and processing of drawings, they accelerated to 2 weeks. Unbelievable that the city had the capability to really accelerate this. So on April 1st, they said they started accepting digital projects that were already in the pipeline for essential services to get those out. On April 9th, they said all projects that were in the pipeline that had already been submitted could go digital, and they would review them and they'll send you back comments. They haven't figured out when they're approved how you pay for them yet. They can't seem to figure out how to get a credit card, or they want to check, but they're no longer paper drawings. What it's going to do is it's like this meeting we're having on Zoom right now. It's so much like I know Ed and Chad a couple of weeks ago were talking about Zoom is the new technology of the future. It's been around for 5 years, but it's going to save us so much time. And the same thing with the building department. California, Sacramento has been using this for 5 years, but San Francisco, the state for hospitals and schools, OSHPD, and up in Sacramento, but San Francisco has been dragging their feet. But I think it's going to save us all sorts of time.
Right.
They're going to be 24/7 that you can submit a drawing instead of from 8 in the morning and then they take a long lunch break and then at 4 o'clock they stop. It's crazy how inefficient it is right now. And everybody touches a piece of paper. Now it's going to be this new blue beam technology. There was just so you know, there was this webinar last Friday that the building department conducted. There were more than 1,000 people online listening.
Yeah.
And there were 4 people presented. And the first half hour, they each had like 5 or 10 minutes to tell what they were doing. It was fascinating. It wasn't boring. They didn't read the PowerPoint. They just presented great. And then the second half hour, it was a total 1 hour. The second half hour, they took questions from anybody. And they got more than 200 questions submitted, 2 from me, which they never got to. But they said, they only could answer 30 of the questions in that 30 minutes, and you know, pretty interesting. There were a lot of repetition of questions, so they were reading and editing them. They said the other 170 questions, they promised they would get back to us with answers to all of them, and they haven't yet. And there was going to be another webinar. So what's great is that they have this new plan, but they're taking input from the public. So they have an idea of, but they said there's going to be bugs and there's going to be a learning curve and all this stuff. And they said if we have a better idea, they will integrate that into their plan. It's phenomenal. So
well, Andy, to your point, I think you know these times are forcing us to have new efficiencies and
Correct.
getting out of the dark ages into 2020. I mean, look, could this have been done a long time ago? Yeah, I mean, part of the beauty about sheltering in place is that you also get to shelter in place not only with your family, but with your own brain. That means that you are re-engineering, we're all re-engineering the way we do things. My biggest epiphany is, why would I get into a car, go look for parking, pay for all this stuff 5 times a day when I can have all my initial meetings on Zoom? You know, I've been using Zoom since it came out. And I remember at the beginning, nobody wanted to do it because I don't like the way I look. Now, all of a sudden, the world's discovered Zoom and it's the platform. Now, everybody is a lot more open to it. So I think a lot of us are going to re-engineer how we do at least some meetings that we're doing, right?
Hey, I want to put a question out to the group because I thought that human interaction is so critical. So I'm spending a lot of time on FaceTime with my family and friends and reaching out. And you were very instrumental in talking about not just the financial money part, but the social part, and reaching out to help friends. But my question is, I always thought networking groups needed the skin time of being in a small room with other people. And that, you know, the once a month, once a week, you know, every other, you know, to have lunch together, breakfast together was really essential. I'm finding these Zoom meetings are great. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm going to give this one to Chad. Chad had his hand up.
Well, so you were saying like this technology is around 5. No, it's been around.
It's been longer, right, Chad?
Oh my gosh. So I was trying to get in front of the curve like 10 years ago. I bought this $1,500 video phone.
Oh, I remember.
And because that's what I sell. I sell IP. I mean, I sell Zoom. So like, it's like, you know, what it is. But I was trying to be on the forefront of like having video calls with people, and everyone thought I was crazy, like
out of your mind. Yeah.
No one is going to like
do it.
Like, are you a creep? What are you doing? So I would have the shutter on my phone just like gone, and never thought anything of it. And all my calls were audio conferencing calls. No one's showing their face.
Right.
So
that's what happened to me too.
The world is completely changed after this. Completely. Everyone's going to be doing Zoom calls.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's going to change, especially sales, right? Like initial calls. Why would you get into a car and go do all those machinations to do that? So I want to give.
But the other impact is, and this is on the commercial renting side. Small businesses probably won't need offices anymore.
Well, that's been happening anyway. Yeah. If you go, well, and Judy, you can attest to this. You go into real estate offices. There's no agents.
That's right. Everybody works from home.
Right?
Yep.
But I think it's going to move up even further to the next
I agree.
tranche of whatever
I agree.
size business that is. Now, at some point, a business needs a location because that's where their servers are located. That's where
Sure.
all the data is and people need to access. But I think there's a huge difference in that as well.
Absolutely. Voss, my last question to you. How
Yeah.
can we be helping some of our local businesses? Like one of the things that I did, I don't know if you guys saw, I did an interview of the owner of Firehouse Cafe in South Salito off of Bridgeway. And one of the ways that I'm helping is just telling people to go buy gift cards, and start, if you can, right, obviously, and start giving out the gift of maybe some coffee cards. It puts money immediately into the cafes, and then also tipping.
Sure. Yeah.
DJ was telling me that he's seeing more and more people putting a lot of money into the tip jar just to help out the employees. More companies are doing GoFundMe accounts for their employees. What else can we be doing?
Yeah, no, you hit the nail. Gift cards, gift certificates. You can buy someone else a gift card that you can gift them. Takeout, delivery. In a sense, we're all micro influencers on our social media, so make sure to post your favorite restaurant or business, and just remind people to. Any amount of money will help these days.
Sure.
And this is going to be a long haul. And also there's a lot of stores that are they're running GoFundMe campaigns. So make sure to, donate whatever you can. And again, just post this, post it on your social media. Well, it makes a huge difference. And just telling people, take the takeout challenge. In San Francisco, we actually have SF Takeout Challenge. So
is that right?
That down. Yeah, for real. So definitely put it down.
Okay.
Every reminder helps, because sometimes, I think we've all become really good home cooks these days.
Speak for yourself, boss.
But else, we're learning, right? But just remember, they're still out there. They still need our business, and sometimes it's great just to go. From a social distance, go and pick up your order, because it's great to see the faces of these merchants.
Absolutely.
And it's great for them to see you.
Yeah, I've done it.
It makes, it really helps a lot. So take out delivery, gift cards, certificates, GoFundMes, and share, still use post reviews on Yelp, on your social media, anything. Yeah.
Good idea.